As a sole legitimate child of Lord Byron, Ada Lovelace was the progeny of literary royalty. Many might naturally expect her to follow in her father's footsteps, but instead of delving into poetry, she delved into the hard sciences of mathematics and analytical thinking. Her unique vision led her to become one of the pioneers of the modern computer and one of the world's first computer programmers. But what exactly do we know about Ada Lovelace? The woman whom the world would eventually come to know as Ada Lovelace was born in London, England on December 10, 1815, under the name Augusta Ada Byron. Her parents were polar opposites, meaning childhood was overshadowed by deep tensions between her mother and father. On the one hand, her father, the famed poet George Gordon Byron, or as he was more famously known, Lord Byron, had a darker side that was full of drinking, womanizing, and on occasion even violence. On the other hand, Eddie's mother, Anna Isabel Milbank, or Lady Byron, was highly educated and was interested in philosophy and mathematics. One day, while Lord Byron was thoroughly intoxicated after one of the most recent escapes, Lady Byron bluntly informed him that she was going to take little Ada and depart from his presence for good. Ada was only 5 weeks old at that time. Although Ada was blameless in split, Lady Byron had problems of separating her young daughter from her tumultuous and failed marriage with Lord Byron. Fearing that Ada would inherit her father's volatile poetic temperament, her mother raised her under a strict regimen of science, logic, and mathematics. At the age of 19, she was married to an aristocrat, William King. When King was made Earl of Lovelace in 1838, his wife became Lady Ada King, Countess of Lovelace. She is generally called Ada Lovelace, which is a little incorrect but saves confusion. She had 3 children. Her husband was very caring and encouraged Ada to pursue her career with passion and vigor. This was unprecedented level of support from any Victorian-era husband. Lovelace was deeply intrigued by Babbage's plans for a tremendously complicated device he called the Analytical engine, which was to combine the array of add-in gears of his earlier difference engine with an elaborate punch card operating system. It was never built, but the design had all the essential elements of a modern computer. In early 1841, Ada, in the age of 25 years old, approached Charles Babbage about partnering with him. 1 year later, Charles Wheatstone, a mutual friend of Babbage and Ada, tasked Ada with translating the transcribed Babbage lecture that he gave at the conference in Turin, Italy, into English. Ada took her time with this assignment, diligently working on the transcript for nearly an entire year. Along with the raw translation, she also added meticulous notes that ended up being much longer and more consequential than the original text. With her mentor's encouragement, Ada published her version of Babbage's analytical engine theory. Recognition wasn't her main concern, so she published the article using her initials AAL. Ada Lovelace died of cancer at the age of 36, a few short years after the publication of Sketch of the Analytical Engine, with notes from the translator. The frustrating part is that the scientific community left her ideas untouched for over 100 years. It was only in 1950 that Baron Bowden, an English scientist, republished Lovelace's work. This was the starting point of a technical revolution. In 1980, the US Department of Defense named their newly developed computer language after Lovelace and called it Ada. As the code spread among more computer programmers and mathematicians, it became highly influential in the development of the mobile phone networks, air traffic control, and satellites. Ada Lovelace was a woman who certainly lived life on her own terms, and her legacy is still unfolding to this very day. Ada Lovelace was an enchantress of numbers, and although she, like her ill-fated father, Lord Byron, could seem grandiose and mad at times, Ada was reified genius. Hers is a legacy that continues to unfold.